Good evening from downtown Houston. I'm Ed Cohen with the former Chicago Bulls guard Jay Williams. And Jay, here in Rockets land, you think of Calvin Murphy, Moses Malone, and of course the dream, Hakeem Olajuwon. But a new chapter being written right now here in Texas.
Oh yeah, you think about Clutch City, Hustle Town, USA. But put all that aside, this team for the last several years has been on the edge of success. Let's see if they can take the next step.
And when you think of the Rockets, you think fun. This one could be as well tonight. And Jay, when you think of Miami, of course you think of Dwayne Wade, the face of the franchise. 12 All-Star games, 3 titles, the first one without LeBron James. It's only fitting that all roads for Dwayne Wade lead back to South Florida.
And Ed, a stat that you didn't mention, which absolutely blows my mind. He was the 5th pick in the 2003 NBA draft. Joe Dumars, the GM for the Detroit Pistons, took Darko Milicic, kicking himself on that one. I digress. Let's get back to what Dwayne Wade is all about. Look, the Flash, I don't know if I see him retiring anytime soon, Ed. He's 36 years old, but he's accepted a role of playing off the bench as a 6th man. We saw him put up big-time numbers in that playoff series against the 76ers. I don't see him stopping anytime soon as long as they limit his minutes off the bench.
Here comes the screen. Winslow against Tucker. Nothing going here on that drive. Jay, sometimes it's not just the heat that does opponents in Miami.
I've been a victim to this multiple times when we have played the Heat, and I think other franchises from cold cities have been the same. There's a reason why the Miami Heat have such an advantage down here on South Beach. You catch them on an off night, it's rare that opposing teams are ready to play.
Harden to Paul. Goes to the left side. 4-3. They're 2 for 2 to start the game from beyond the arc, and it's a 6-0 lead.
And when I see the ball being zipped around the perimeter like that and everybody sharing the sugar, it lets me know that this team is engaged and they're focused.
Whiteside. Houston takes over. Now preparing to shoot at the line.
Guys like Gary Payton would always take ones early like this all the time. Number 1, to see if they'll get caught. And number 2, to leave a little mark on you to remind you that they'll be on you all game long.
First one, count it. Able to convert on both free throws. To Whiteside, trying to cash in. Deep 2 there, won't go.
And that's how you make a difference. Every shot the offense takes, make sure that it has a 10 as far as degree of difficulty.
Harden to P.J. Tucker. To Harden. Shoots. James Harden, 2 for 2. That's what you want.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
Eric Spoelstra now going to use a timeout. His guys find themselves down double digits already in this first quarter. Looks like some substitutions are coming on in. Winslow matched up with Paul. Knocked loose. Rockets come up with it. Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint. There's a sixth sense there that you just can't teach.
If you're a player on the same team with CP3, you should be taking that point guard out to dinner every single night. There's something to be said about a guard that makes the game way easier for you to be even more of an efficient offensive player.
Here comes the screen to P.J. Tucker. Rockets with 4 to shoot. Harden. Oh, that's how it's done. The challenge defending a guy who can be a 1 or a 2.
We're not old men talking about this game. We don't define players by positions anymore. Is he a 1 or is he a 2? No, he's James Harden. He is a scorer and an elite passer.
And look out. Big finish at the rim.
Really good to get that first bucket, but you have to remember, this is a marathon, not a sprint. Keep chipping away. Get yourself back in this ballgame.
Harden has it up the floor. To P.J. Tucker. Here's Harden, down low. Richardson against Gordon. It's Gordon with the rebound. Paul into the front court. Counting down toward a minute to play in a very one-sided first quarter thus far.
2 points.
To Richardson. Nothing going here on that drive. Richardson. Here comes the screen. To Richardson. Working it outside. Has a chance. Off the mark. What on earth was he thinking? Gordon with it. His guy's up by 15. Nothing going here on that drive. Harden to P.J. Tucker. Adebayo the rebound. Rockets have it. Oh, the Heat right there to take it away. Shot from 3/4 court is good. He buries it. Who does this guy think he is? Few would take it. He drills it. And that's how the first quarter comes to an end. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. Here's Paul. Brings it up the floor. A lot of contact on that play. He plays through it and scores.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
Dragic with the basketball. Trailing by 14. Here comes the screen. Baseline drive. Josh Richardson. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
To Rivers. Chance for Paul. The Heat grab the board. Dragic with it. Minute gone by in this second quarter. Tucker. Miami with the basketball. Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
Some players are just built to absorb the contact. He pretty much dusted that defender off like that was a bug at the park.
Here comes the screen. Paul to P.J. Tucker. Shot clock to 4 for Houston. It's Paul for 2. off the mark. Dragic into the front court. They find themselves down 10. To Richardson. Screen coming. Richardson to Wade. Down to 5 on the 24. Has a look. Knocks it down from mid-range.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
We get a whistle and a timeout for Houston as they'll take a moment to go over things here in the second quarter. Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Paul to Harden.
Number 13, James Harden.
Flash at the controls. Dragic picked up by Paul. Takes stock of the floor. Trying to cash in. Goran Dragic. He's 2 for 2 now.
That's dangerous. A little hezzy cross and knockdown. Lots of options going to open up as the game unfolds.
Paul. To Harden. Rebound taken by Miami. James Johnson against Tucker. And the reward, he's going to the line.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
James Johnson, a couple of free throws on the way. For his career, 69% at the line. Oops, he missed the first one. Second one's good. Splits the pair. Now it's Harden at the controls. To Paul. Ooh, Chris Paul. 2-of-4 now. When you look at playmakers in the last decade plus, what sets Chris Paul apart?
He always puts you in a position to succeed. He leads because he's vocal, and when he directs and he guides, there is nobody better at the position than CP3.
Shot clock for the Heat, down to 3. Has a chance, missed it. He always has the green light, but the defense was ready. Gordon with it. Lead stands at 7. Missed it. How'd that not go down? To P.J. Tucker. Harden. Chance for Chris Paul. Gets a look. Can't hit. Dragic with the basketball. Right now, down 7. On the shot clock. Dragic. That's off the side of the rim, short.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
And they call the foul. Careful there, Jay.
Just a tic-tac foul.
Time for some new personnel into the game.
The Heat are now in the penalty. Subbing in for the Houston Rockets, number 1, Iman Shumpert.
Out of bounds, last touch by the Heat. Paul buries it on the catch and shoot.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose the dagger with the three.
Dragic picked up by Paul. Deep three at the buzzer. It's good. And it gets them closer as we reach the end of the first half. Time expires to end the first half with the run.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jalen Rose, and this is your EA Sports Halftime Report. The Rockets have the advantage on the scoreboard at halftime. Clearly, the number of three-pointers these guys scored in the first half was incredible. And if they can keep that up, it's going to be tough to keep that team down. These are the guys getting buckets for the Houston Rockets. The Heat are down at halftime and in need of some momentum. And someone needs to step up offensively if they plan to win this game. Not a single player has gotten into double digits yet. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Miami Heat.
Game track. Three-point shooting. Player of the half.
Chris Paul has the defense figured out, and his shots are falling for him. That's a lethal combination that will be hard to overcome.
Who was cold?
Forget cold. This guy will be happy to be lukewarm at this point. He can't seem to get anything going. Here we go with the top 3 plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
Thanks for joining us for the halftime report. The second half is about to get started.
With the rock, it's Chris Paul. To Fareed. Kenneth Fareed powers it down.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Olynyk against Tucker. To Waiters. Runner here won't go down. Foot was on the line. It's a turnover. Waiters against Harden. The jumper's off the mark.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
To Paul. Here comes the screen. To Paul. Tucker. Oh, he had him there for a second. The Heat secure the rebound. From long range, where's the chatter? No one was even close to him.
Ooh, that confidence level is so superior. Whenever you start dragging back on defense before the ball even goes through the net, that speaks for itself.
To P.J. Tucker. Paul, it's good. coach wants to see more from his D. He has that sixth sense that you just can't teach.
He's like a traffic cop, and he's navigating a myriad of bodies coming his way. And there's a smaller innuendo of the game that nobody talks about. When he makes a great pass, he'll tell the offensive player, shoot it, go up, dunk it. He will direct you and lead you to success.
Paul with it up top. It's a 9-point lead. Ooh, Chris Paul. With that shot, he's 5 for 8.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Winslow, defended by Tucker. No good.
Oh, I see how you're playing this chess match. That's what you keep doing defensively. Keep baiting him and luring him into shooting that jump shot. Exploit him.
Harden to Paul. Rockets with 4 to shoot. Here's CP3. Cleans the offense. And a putback slam.
And I'm telling you right now, there's always going to be a home for a player in this league for a guy who does the cleanup work around the rim like that.
He'd have the basketball. To Waiters.
Ice.
To Whiteside. Hassan Whiteside. It's been a quiet night. Only 3 attempts, but he makes that one stick.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Now Paul with the basketball. The lead is 11. Nothing going here on that drive. Paul to P.J. Tucker for 3 is good.
Yeah, and what we're seeing is a brilliant offensive display. You have ball movement, player movement, and great shooting to top it off. You get those 3 things going, you're going to be a dynamic offensive unit.
Some lineup changes now for both clubs.
Number 7,
Dragic against Chris Paul.
entering the game.
To Waiters.
Number 1,
Gordon with it. They lead it by 14. Paul, knocks it down from 3.
They're shooting the ball well, but let me tell you why. They're already ready to shoot before they even catch the ball. Look at their hands. Their hands are ready, providing a target. So when they catch that ball, they go right into their shot. We call that being shot ready.
Richardson to Waiters. Dion Waiters. Quiet night, but 2 for 3 in the contest right now.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Nothing going here on that drive. To Paul. The shot almost. Dragic with it. They can get a 2 for 1 if they hurry. Waiters guarded by CP3 to Richardson. Now a steal as the Rockets have it. Yes, and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
Chris Paul trying to cash in on the 3-point play. A career 86% from the line. Paul's free throw good. A 3-point play as the Rockets add to their lead. Knocked loose. Rockets have the steal. Late heave to beat the buzzer. That ends the third quarter. The Rockets way out in front. So the Heat will have it to start this fourth and final quarter. They're looking up at a big margin. And that, Jay, shouldn't come as a surprise to many.
Well, for them to have a chance to win, I'm glad they brought their A game in their backpacks here to the arena, but that's not enough. They need their A-plus game, and they need to execute down the stretch. You need to throw everything in the bag at them in order to win this game.
Offensive rebound, and he's fouled. Very close, Jay. The results, he's going to the line. Justice Winslow has got 2 shots coming. A career 65% free throw shooter. First free throw is good. Can't connect on the second, and he splits the pair. To Harden. To Rivers. Fires the 3. Rebound taken by Wade. Waiters. And look out.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. And now Houston has the basketball. To Rivers.
Right.
The pass set it all up.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
To Waiters. Nene. To Fareed. With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
Old school equals high percentage.
Winslow picked up by Rivers. Oh, bad pass as the Rockets come away with it.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Great defense there, forcing the pickup. Pass stolen by Miami.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Can't connect on the first free throw.
Number 14,
Knocks down the second after missing the first. It's in the hands of James Harden to Fareed. Here comes the screen. To Harden. Has a look. Well defended. Shot no good. If it was anyone else, they'd be back on the bench for taking that shot. Cleans it up. Oh, and a putback.
Ed, it's pretty amazing how athletic bigs can be when it comes to getting an easy 2 points, huh?
Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
It just seems like one of 3 things happen every time James Harden has the ball. Either he scores, he gets fouled, or he kicks it out to someone for a 3. Pick your poison.
Whiteside. Baseline drive and counted at the rim.
Okay, you don't get a 10 for style points, but it worked.
It's Rockets ball. Screen coming. Nothing going here on that drive. Harden. Oh, good offense beating good defense.
Man, you making people dance out there? I see you with the footwork.
Now the Heat going to use a timeout as they'll talk things over here in this fourth quarter. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor.
Dion Waiters into the game for Houston. Number 3, Chris Paul.
Kenneth Faried with a piece. Couldn't keep it in. Out off Kenneth Faried. He's fouled. Very close. Free throws coming up.
Just because a team's winning doesn't mean the refs are going to put away the whistle. Play right all the way through.
Knocks down the first. And he makes them both. Harden with the basketball. His guys holding the big lead. Shot from the lane won't go. Nice pass to set things up.
And when plays like that happen with multiple players touching the ball, the basketball gods will 100% reward you.
Harden. Going to launch beyond the arc. Had made his first three, but that shot off the mark. Magruder against Harden. And he's fouled. A trip to the line coming up.
You got to know your personnel. That's not someone you want to send to the line for a free two.
First try, no good. And he's able to hit the second after missing that first one. James Harden at the controls. Probing the defense. Harden to Paul. Beyond the arc for three. Can't go down. Smothering defense. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball, but sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
Justice Winslow at the line for a chance at a three-point play, shooting 66% in this contest. Off the mark on his free throw. It's the Rockets who are victorious as they win this one handily. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Rockets were solid in today's victory. And of course, I've got to mention how many times they scored from beyond the arc. They were so confident with the three ball, and it was instrumental to their success. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Houston Rockets. The Heat put up a fight, but didn't get their hands raised at the end. I'm sure they can't help but feel frustrated with the result, but they can't let that feeling linger. Sooner than later, they need to start thinking about the next matchup. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Miami Heat.
Game track. Steals. Player of the game.
Chris Paul is the choice for what you're seeing here, and that's unselfish play. Tight passes, great timing, and an impressive basketball IQ. He earned more respect than what I already have for him. Here are the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. We look forward to seeing you again next time.